Good morning, beloveds. I got up. I woke up at 6:30. We were preparing to leave the house about 7, a little after 7. I made the mistake of looking at the weather app. The weather app said it was 85 degrees with a feels like of 99 at 7 o'clock in the morning. I am still sweating. And it was a quiet day in the park. There weren't many squirrels. There were a lot of people. There was a soccer camp going on. There weren't many squirrels that were interested, and there were also only right there when we were on the last stretch did we see a couple of blue jays and some cardinals. I didn't see the male cardinal at first. Tom saw that. I was looking at the female cardinal that was a little further up in the tree. And no, right there. And I was like, oh, yeah. Tom was like, it's right there in front of your face. I'm hoping one of the pictures came out. So, and I got Foster in here. So if I'm distracted, Foster has decided to come back into whether he makes a cameo or not, as my friend Bill used to say. He always looked forward to the cameos, as he called them, when one of them would get up in the screen. Okay, so yes, it's very hot out there. Please drink plenty of water. I'll say that again in a little bit. All right, it is August 12th. Our title is The Christ Within Me is My Fulfillment. And our author is Cornelia Addington. This was published in Creative Thought from February 1955. She's an SOM, Science of Mind. And she starts out with a quote. So, love is the fulfilling of the law, and that is Romans 13:10. My Christ self is one with God. It is my individualized expression of the Spirit as such. It expresses all of the love of God, all of the life of the one life, all the power of the infinite, and all the presence of the omnipresence. Therefore, the Christ within me is this very moment. The Christ within me at this very moment knows the answer to every seeming problem and is itself the substance out of which comes the outpicturing of my every desire. All of my good is right where I am, waiting for me to accept it. I now realize that God is itself the substance of the fulfillment of my every desire. So I cease searching on the outside for my good and direct all my attention to seeking the kingdom of God within. I know that the Spirit knoweth my needs, and that even now all those things are being added unto me. The Christ within me is my fulfillment, and I am one with harmony and joy in every department of my life. And so it is. What are you doing? All right. I could fly off in so many directions at once that I'm taking a moment to organize my thinking. Starting with the idea of, okay, when I talk about the Christ self, I tend to talk about it like software. And I do that for the mere fact that my mother is an electrical engineer. I mean, she's retired, but she was an electrical engineer. I literally grew up with a computer in my house. When computers were first becoming a thing, a lot of people didn't have home PCs. She ordered a kit and built one. So we had a computer. I was probably one of the first kids that had a computer in my house. Just because, like I said, my mom was an electrical engineer. So I talk about the Christ consciousness as software because it makes sense to me. When you buy a computer, it comes pre-installed with certain things that it's going to do. And then everything else that you want it to do, you add on. But it still comes with the basic software to run the computer. Well, that's what the Christ consciousness is for us. When we first come into this world, we take up material matter and become the being that we are. We come pre-installed with the Christ consciousness. We also come pre-installed with a number of instincts, like if you want something as a baby, you cry until you learn to speak, and then you ask for what you want. And sometimes we still cry, but point being, we came with that software. It's not something we have to add. It's something we have to activate. And I say this because Jesus said this, he says, I come not to break the laws, but to fulfill them in love. So I take that to mean that the password to activate that software is love. If you want to activate the Christ, because that's what he did. He came and he fed the hungry and healed the sick and he loved on the people who needed it. And so if you want to activate the Christ software, love is the password. Love is the action that you take that will activate the Christ software. And then all things are possible with the Christ software. And that is what Cornelia, did I say Cornelia? I know it was Addington. Cornelia. That's what she's talking about. What she says is my individualized expression of spirit is such, it expresses all of the love of God, all of the life of the one presence, all of the power of the infinite, and all of the presence of the infinite. Therefore, Christ within me at this very moment knows the answer to every seeming problem and is itself the substance out of which comes the outpicturing of my desire. So basically, if I come pre-installed with the Christ consciousness, that means that I have access to all of the power, all of the presence, all of the love, all of the life. All at once? No. But I have access to all of it. That means that there is no problem that comes up in my life that I cannot go within and consult with the source of my being to get the start of the answer. Okay? It doesn't mean I have to answer everything for myself. What it means is that I go there and I say, hey, you know what? This is what's going on. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is my desire. And it's within me already. And whatever it is that I want, if it is in alignment with God, with spirit, then it already exists in the mind of God. And therefore, I have come to the source of my own being and said, this is what I want. And the source goes, oh, okay. Now that you're ready for it, because you've asked for it, let's get to work on that. And then what I have to do is pay attention. Because once I start paying attention, then what it is that I am seeking will come to me. Because I will be guided in the steps that I need to take to get it. All right? So every answer that I seek, I already have. I just have to be willing to be open to the possibilities. That's the sneaky part there. You have to be open to the possibilities. It's not like somebody's it's not like a genie. Treatment is not like a genie. You don't rub and it pops out and there you are. It's like, okay, I'm now open to the possibility that it already exists. Now what do I got to do to get there and be open for that guidance? Okay. Now, the second part of it is, because like I said, there's a lot packed into this. I now realize that God itself is the substance of the fulfillment of my desires, so I cease searching the outside for my good and direct all my attention to seeking the kingdom of God within. Okay? I know that God knows my desires, and so that's why we ask for things. God already knows what you want. God already knows what you need. But until you are willing to ask for it, you are not necessarily willing to receive it. Yes, God already knows what you need. But once you ask for it, you are signaling to Spirit that you are willing to receive it. You are willing to accept it. So that's what we do. We start by going within. We start by going within. We go to the source of our own being and say, all right, this is what I want. And then Spirit goes, okay. And the guidance shows up. And that all of the things will start coming to you. And that you might have a random conversation with a friend and they give you a little piece, and you might see a billboard and that'll give you a little piece, and you might be watching TV and that'll give you a piece, and then suddenly what you want is fully formed in front of you. And all you had to do was pay attention. So, and even now these things are being added unto me. So the Christ within me is my fulfillment, and I am one with harmony and joy in every department of my life. All right. My Christ self is one with God. That is, yep, Cornelia Addington. You start within and recognize that you activate the Christ consciousness and, and recognize that then you have activated that system, that pattern that will bring you what you want. So, I think the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is this one. I am one with harmony and joy in every department of my life. Okay? So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to be one with joy and harmony. What does that look like? Everybody has a different idea. I'm not going to tell you what joy and harmony look like in your world. I might give you some suggestions, so practice that oneness with joy and harmony in all departments of your life. Even the things that we'd rather not, because we've all got them. We've all got them. Now, I can say that today because I am preparing to have my Catter Day. I have gotten up, I've gone to the park, I've done my exercise, and now I have nothing that needs to be done. I can rest and work on the projects that I would like to get done, which include on Saturday updating the YouTube channel, catching up on the YouTube channel. I'm trying not to get more than a week behind. So that's joy and harmony in all departments of our life. For me today, that's easy because the department of my life is right here in my house. Ask me that again on Monday when I'm going to go to work. I'm still going to try and practice joy, oneness with joy and harmony in all departments of my life. So that's the mission today, should we choose to accept it. I would also then suggest, the spiritual practice of self-care, which for my self-care today will be to drink a lot of water, because it's just hot today. So what do I mean by the spiritual practice of self-care? Do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like, be it one thing, be it all things, be it all day. What I'm encouraging you to do is practice on yourself, because you are your own best test subject. Is this the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can do? Well, you get immediate feedback. I also am encouraging you to create a habit. Okay. If you practice lovingly, kindly, and compassionately to anything that happens in and around you, then when you meet people that need a little extra, you can respond instead of react, and you can respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. And sometimes when we respond to other people lovingly, kindly, and compassionately, it means that we pull back out of a situation, okay? Just because I am encouraging you to respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately doesn't mean you have to rush into situations. Sometimes it means you pull back out of situations, okay? So remember that. I would never want you to put yourself in danger because you think it's the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing that you can do. Well, it's not, because you're not being loving, kind, and compassionate with yourself if you rush into danger. So now I say that firefighters do it all the time, but they're trained to do it. So if you're going to respond to I'm going to use the quotes, dangerous situation, make sure you're trained for it. Okay. And that includes emotional distress. So, all right. So what do I mean by love, kindness, and compassion? Well, it's as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak. So that you can think, is this most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can say, especially to yourself. It is self-talk that sent me into therapy. at least once, maybe more than once. I heard the way I was talking to myself and I was like, you know what? This is not okay. This is not loving. This is not kind. This is not compassionate. I'm not going to do it anymore. So I went and got help. And so now I can watch that negative self-talk. I really honestly try not to do it at all. We all have those moments. So we don't beat ourselves up when we backslide, but what we do is we do better next time. Okay. It also looks like taking a walk, which is what I did this morning. But it also means like if you need to walk away from a situation, it looks like taking a break. You know, one, are you doing too much? It's really hot out there. Take more breaks. But it also means sometimes, you know what? You keep pounding your head against the wall trying to do something. Put it down. Go do something else for a while. Take a break. It looks like taking a nap. Trust me, it's Saturday. I'm going to take a nap. Oh, I love my naps. Oh, I love naps. You know you're an adult when naps become a pleasure instead of a punishment. It also looks like saying no to something that is just draining you. Even if it's for people that you love, especially if it's for people that you love. But if it's just draining for you, it'd be better for you and them if you said no. It also looks like saying yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone. You know, sometimes we gotta buck up and do things that will cause us to grow. And that's not always comfortable. But sometimes it is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing we can do for ourselves. All right? So there is both the divine yes and the divine no. Please use them both. It also looks like eating dessert first. Okay, what do I mean by that? Don't save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. Please treat it as such. Wear the nice clothes. Use the good dishes and glassware and silverware. And, you know, make the special recipes and you do that kind of stuff. And, oh, that's what I need to do today. There is something, I do have something on my plate that I want to do. Okay, forgot about that. Yep. Real time. Squirrel. I also want to remind you, she said joy and harmony in all departments of your life. I'm going to remind you that joy is a quality of God. Harmony is a quality of God. Therefore, it is quality of you. Make room in your life for joy. Whatever that looks like. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you deserve joy. So please make room for it. Okay. The rest of the suggestions are the easy suggestions. And you know why I spend so much time focusing on self-care? You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. You're a beloved child of God. That's why. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Practice on yourself. The rest of the suggestions are the same basic ones I give you every day. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. Please drink plenty of water. We are still looking at the triple digits. You know, the 10-day forecasts are not changing. So please drink plenty of water. I brought mine with me today, just in case. And then get that early in your day bright light. We got out to the park not too far after the sun got up, and while we had plenty of clouds, I did get, you know, that 5 or 10 minutes of bright light that I'm talking about between 7 and 9 in the morning. Now, if you get up before the sun, artificial light will work too. So just 5-10 minutes of bright light. It'll reset that circadian rhythm, which is a hormone balance, a natural hormone cycle, and you'll have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. So try it. You might like it. And then, as always, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. That is what Cornelia was talking about today. There's one substance. It's literally all God. It is all God. So when we open the windows of our soul, we acknowledge the one substance. We recognize that it's all God, that it has the possibility of being all good. It is up to us with what we do with it. So we take on that and we recognize that heaven is a mindset. It is a state of consciousness. It is the actions that we take and the things that we do. And that's what Cornelia was talking about. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, which is within you. The kingdom of God, which is within you. Go within to the source of your being. And then it starts to outpicture into your world. That is exactly what she's talking about today. So do what it Do what it is that sets your soul on fire. Okay? I was listening to an old playlist today of an artist and I was like, oh, I really like this song. I was like, that's the kind of thing that I do that reminds me, yeah, you know what? This is heaven. And I just have to keep that mindset no matter what's going on. So practice, practice, practice. And that's why we talk about the Christ consciousness. You already have it. All you got to do is activate it. And love is a great way to do it. And Emma Curtis Hopkins gives us the best advice. Look for the good and praise it. You want to change your attitude? Gratitude will do it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. All right. I'm going to take one deep breath. Whew. And then we're going to jump off into the rest of this. The social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I'm the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I encourage you to go and check out the content. I will be working on updating my YouTube channel today, whatever else I do. And then that will let you, we try and put uplifting, bright, helpful, funny stuff up there to just brighten your day. And, little guideposts along the path that we all walk. So if we each hold the lamp up, then we can light each other's paths. We can't walk each other's paths, but we can help light it. So try it. Okay. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. And we do have a soul session coming up that everybody's really excited about. I need to go read that article. Okay. Maybe I do have more to do than I think I do. Yeah. Constant contact, hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. Okay. I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a consciousness day, a fulfillment day, a joy day, a harmony day, a practice on yourself day, a recognize who you are day, a good day. I've run out of adjectives. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. That is the truth of your being. Always. Always. All right, beloved. Beloveds, I am going to move into the process of whatever I'm going to do today. I'm going to take a page out of this one's book and just curl up and go to sleep. He is so soft and silky. Oh my goodness. I'm distracting myself. All right. I am going to remind you, Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. And since tomorrow is Sunday, if this really is August 12th, 2023, we will have an amazing service for you right here on Facebook Live at 11. If you're watching this on YouTube, then simply go to the Creative Life YouTube channel and there will be all of the Sunday services. So you can watch anyone that's up there. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.